Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, and today's video is going to be me sharing something incredibly daring. How do I put it? It's to motivate myself more, I feel like, than motivating you guys, and it is something that I've been wanting to do this, and I've even spoken about this for a couple of months / maybe even a year, and I've mentioned it briefly at different points of time in my life, but I want you to know this is something that I think about a lot, especially recently, and in intervals. I think when you just think about life in general, this is something that comes up a lot. I want to share my journey with body image issues, with weight gain, weight loss, how I'm not someone who's very exercise driven in general, and when you are not exercise driven, it can be even more difficult to lose weight. I think people who have sports kind of like inbuilt in them since childhood, like there are a lot of people who play sports when they're in school. I think for them it is way more easier to get into it because it's kind of ingrained in them. That is not the case for me, and in case you're wondering what this video is going to be, first of all, let me introduce to you that I have decided to challenge myself for the next 7 months to basically lose weight, and to basically my goal or my target is to be at a point where I fit into my clothes that I fit in about 6 years ago. So let me backtrack and tell you guys about in general how my weight has been, how my body has been in general, and then how COVID kind of impacted it, and how I put on a lot of weight, and how this has become my new normal. But that's not what I want it to be. I want to go back to where I was earlier, and I think because I settled into this new normal, I just felt like, I didn't feel the drive, I didn't feel the push to lose weight again. But now that I think about it, and even if I think about my future, and that is where I'm going to share a lot of wonderful things about myself. So I just want to take you in with me on this journey, and I hope that you watch this video if you are planning to lose weight and you're not getting the motivation for it. If you want to know whether I'm successful at this or not, I'll take you with me along the journey, and obviously you'll eventually know whether I hit my goal or not. That is something even I'm not aware of yet, but I'm really motivated to do that, obviously. And if you're someone who you feel like we are kind of in the same boat, in the sense that maybe you also put on a lot of weight during COVID and you want to lose that again, whether you've also become comfortable in your slightly more oversized version of your body like I did, I just hope that you find this video helpful in some sort of way, is what I'm trying to say. So without any further ado, let's jump into it. And first I'm going to tell you a little bit about kind of my background, where I come from. I'm a foodie, by the way, so I love food in general, but also being a South Indian, I love my rice. I love pizza and junk food like we all do, and that is, I think, one of the reasons why that's one of the reasons I put on weight in the first place, is because during COVID I ate a lot of junk. And saying that, during COVID, of course, we were not eating out, so my mom used to actually prepare a lot of these foods at home for me that included a lot of cheese, maida, etc, etc, and that is, I think, one of the big reasons why I put on so much weight. And at the same time, there was no physical activity or movement, etc, going on. So anyways, backtrack to me. I think in school, I think that's where I'll start with, because I was never the pretty girl. I was the ugly kid in school, and I was also never into sports. So that is where I kind of started from. Then in college, junior college, degree college, that kind of thing, I actually kind of blossomed into this version of me, who got into makeup, who started getting into fashion a little bit and dressing up. And I think because of running around doing events, also working part-time where I was on my feet for 9 hours a day when I was working in Decathlon, I lost a lot of weight. I would still say that my stomach region was always something that I still felt like I could do better. Like I never had a flat stomach. Never in my life did I have a flat stomach, and I think I don't even strive to have a flat stomach anymore. I just want to be where I was at that time, and then I think once I reach that goal, I will think about what I want my long-term goal to be. But the goal is not to have a flat stomach. Let me just say that the goal is to fit in the trousers, the jeans that I wore back in the day. I think I put on a lot of weight in my thigh region. I also put a lot of weight just overall. My hands were never like stick figure hands. There was always a little bit of a fluff going on, but I think I did put on more weight over here on my tummy region, on my thigh region, all of that stuff. Yeah, eventually I think from wearing a small, I want to say, I started fitting into medium and large size clothes. And they always say that the clothes that you wear should fit you, not the other way around. But I also believe that clothes can be a very good way to know that you have put on weight in general. And for me it was not, and it was never that I've had some sort of major life change. Like for example, a lot of people who have they get pregnant, they have kids, their body changes, right? And that is to be expected. You cannot expect to go back to your pregnancy weight or your pre-pregnancy body in general, because you've had a major life change in your life. For me, the only major life change that I had was COVID, where I put on all this weight because of eating a lot, or rather I should not even say eating a lot, because it's not like I had any sort of how do I put it, like mental health struggles, or there are people who tend to stress eat. I'm not a stress eater. In fact, when I'm stressed, I don't eat at all. So for me, the only reason that I put weight is because I was eating and not working out, not having any sort of physical activity. And like my mom would like to say, I just eat and then I'm just sitting, like there is no physical movement happening basically. So that is how I ended up putting on all this weight. And since then, like since post COVID, I would say 2022, I started working again. But now my job looks way different than what it looked like earlier. Earlier I was on my feet 9 hours a day. Now I am sitting in a chair 9 hours a day working at a desk job. So that is also one of the reasons. And I think so many people say this, that once you are in a desk job situation, you tend to put on more weight. You're also stacking throughout the day. You don't have too much of physical movement, and it just becomes like a more sedentary lifestyle basically. And as someone who is not that into exercise, working out, I'm not into a sport, any of that kind of stuff, it was always difficult. And I also want to say that as easy as it is to maybe join a gym, it's got to be consistent. Even if I was joining, like I was doing dance classes last year in 2024 for a couple of months, but then I stopped due to some reasons, and never got back into it. So basically I think the main reason is that I've been inconsistent. So when I do really well, I make progress, I lose a little bit of weight, but then stopping that, I come back to my baseline weight. Now I was fluctuating basically between 71, 72, 73 up till 75, 76. Luckily I didn't cross 76 at any point of time, but I've also not been able to reduce my weight further. Like in the middle my goal was to reach 70, did not happen. I also fell off the wagon. Now in terms of what my future goals look like I said, the goal that I want to reach by the end of the year I didn't give myself necessarily a weight number, but I do want to get back into the 60s. So basically be under 70 kgs. That is what I would ideally like to do. And I think if I actually reach my end goal at this point of time, which is to fit into the clothes that I wore in 2019, I would already easily be under 70 kgs. So that is where I want to be at in terms of how well my clothes fit me. I don't necessarily, like I said again, I would love to be at 65 by the end of the year. But even if I'm not at 65 but I still fit into my clothes that I wore in 2019, I would still consider that to be a win. And once I reach that goal, I will then eventually look at, you know, what do I want my next goal to be, because this is something that I want to make a part of my lifestyle. It's not something that I want to do just to lose weight for a couple of months and then stop, because if I stop, then I'm going to obviously go back to, you know, this version. So to start out with, I have spoken to some of my friends, and majorly one of my friends is kind of helping me through the journey in terms of they basically know more about, you know, food, working out, lifestyle. So suggesting exercises, suggesting what I should do, what measures I should take in terms of what food I can and cannot consume, those kind of things. So they're basically helping me out with it. And starting from today, actually, which is 25th of May 2025, is when the challenge has started officially. So ideally, when I say 7 months, I was planning to start it from June 1st, but I'm just a couple of days early in terms of starting, and I'll probably take a break in terms of the working out part when I'm, you know, like when I'm on my period basically. So by the way, I wanted to mention one more thing. Whenever I'm regular and consistent with working out, I don't face any sort of issues related to my period in general. So if you're someone who's have, like, and I know this is more common nowadays than it was before, is your periods not being regular. And this is something I've personally noticed great improvement with when I am regular with working out, is that I always get my period on time, versus when I'm not working out that regularly, I notice some delay in getting my period. This can be a little bit TMI, but I'm pretty sure there are no guys watching this video. I think so. But yeah. So that is one more additional thing, is that whenever I am on my period, I'll probably stop for the first, you know, 1 or 2 days. Actually, you know, 2 or 3 days maybe. So starting a little bit early, absolutely no harm, no foul. And yeah, I will be sharing a little bit more about kind of what I'll be doing, what I'm allowed to eat, what I'm not allowed to eat, those kind of things as we keep going. But yes, I'll probably film the first couple of months of this transformation journey with you guys in this video, and then I might do a couple of follow-up videos as the months go. But you're gonna see my journey from May, like end of May 2025 up till December 2025 through this series. And I hope you guys are with me on this journey. And if you are, and if you have similar goals as well, then let me know down below in the comment section. I would love to know what you guys are doing, what is helping you. I'm not saying that whatever I'm sharing in this video is going to work for everyone, but this is what I'm doing right now, hoping to see like benefits, improvements, that kind of thing. So that is that. Also, I will be sharing my photo today morning, basically before I went on my run, and also my weight as of today, like as of today morning, was 72.90 kg. So that's almost 73 kg, and hopefully I'm looking to reducing 7 to 8 kgs in the next 7-ish months. So yes, that is that. I'm gonna go now, but yes, I'll keep checking in with you guys throughout this video and sharing updates, sharing with you what I'm doing, that kind of thing. So yes. Okay, so I thought I should quickly do like a catch up before I post this video. By the way, for context, it's been about 17 days since you last saw me. Like the previous clip was on 25th of May. Today is 11th of June. Okay, it's been 2.5 weeks ish. Like you can see, I'm barefaced because I'm going to be doing my makeup as I give you guys an update. This is going to be my first month update. Like I said, I would probably do monthly updates for this because, to be honest, I think that's going to keep me very accountable. And also I want to share with you like my raw journey, like मेरे दिमाग में क्या चल रहा है, how am I feeling, how how things are going, if I'm modifying something. I want to share everything with you, and please take everything that I say with a grain of salt, guys, because how it happens is that different things work for different people. If our baseline is different, if things that we're doing are different, then obviously the results are going to be different as well. So I want to share with you as much as I possibly can about everything, and then you can accordingly take my results, whether they are positive or negative, with a grain of salt accordingly. अच्छा, I'm facing some tech difficulties, and at the same time मुझे ऐसा लग रहा था कि मेरा कैमरा थोड़ा सा ख़राब है, so I thought कि let me pause filming and check again, but everything is good. So like I was saying, we need to know the baseline. So I want to share with you kind of my food schedule, what I'm eating, what I'm not eating, even though I'm not on a diet per se, but there could be factors जो मुझे पता भी नहीं है कि मुझे affect कर रही है in a positive or a negative way, but I just thought कि मुझे ये share करना चाहिए with everyone. So the first thing is that I'm not doing any sort of an intermittent fasting or anything like that, but I usually tend to skip breakfast. This has nothing to do with me wanting to lose weight or eating less or anything like that, but I don't have enough time in the morning. Like even right now I'm running late for work while I'm getting ready and doing my makeup, and मुझसे सुबह सुबह ना खाया नहीं जाता है. It's just how I think my body has become over the years, is that I think the last time that I had breakfast in the morning was maybe 2017, I want to say. That is the last time I had breakfast in the morning. उसके बाद से even throughout college I don't remember ever eating breakfast. So I have only 2 meals a day, that is lunch and dinner. मेरे lunch में usually मैं rice खाती हूँ, and then रात को it is like roti. I eat घर का basic खाना, no diet, no extra maybe protein, or like I'm not switching up my diet in any way. जो normal roti sabzi dal chawal hota hai, that is what I eat. I have though cut down on bread. I try to avoid eating bread as much as possible. White bread तो हम कभी खाते ही नहीं हैं, मतलब घर में also my parents they don't eat white bread. We all eat brown bread only, but I have completely cut down on bread, and it is just one of those things कि मतलब I don't know if it makes a difference or no, but I'm just trying to clean up my diet wherever possible. So yeah, bread is one area. The second area is like noodles, Maggi, that kind of thing. So वो भी मैंने फिलहाल के लिए तो at least बंद कर दिया है. So for me, like my reward meal basically at the end of the week, usually Saturday or Sunday, or maybe sometimes even during the week, but the only kind of indulgence that I give into in terms of food, and that is also pretty healthy from what I've heard, is sourdough bread with avocado. So when I say avocado, I mean guac. So that is something which I started eating when we went to the US. That's when I first tasted guac. I think we had eaten here as well, like since avocado is available here, I don't remember, but since I tried sourdough bread over there and like toasted sourdough bread, so basically like an avocado toast, you can go to a restaurant and they'll sell you like, not sell you, but they'll serve you like avocado toast for like 400-500 rupees. I can make 2 portions of sourdough bread and avocado toast and like have multiple slices, not just 1 or 2, in 400-500 rupees, because yeah, that, I mean obviously घर पे बनाना is way easier, cheaper, and it's a meal that I absolutely love. So that is something that I do eat like once or twice a week, and it's, I'd say, relatively healthy. I mean, avocado does have fats, but those are healthy fats, from what I know. And again, if anything that I'm saying you think is wrong, then that is completely fine. I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a health expert. Those are things that I don't know. They're not my area of expertise, and I will just say so. So yeah, that's what my diet is like. I think I mentioned it in the earlier portion, that I love pizza, which I do, but I am staying away from pizza, not completely, but I'm only allowed to have pizza once in an entire month. So that is where we're at right now. In the past 2 weeks I've not had any pizza, and if I'm going to have pizza, it's not going to be like a cheesy cheese burst Domino's pizza. It's going to be like a Neapolitan style pizza from, you know, like this place in Bandra or Khar in Mumbai, which is called Gustoso. I love it. Or I might try out like a new Neapolitan style pizza place. I've really been loving to do that, and like whenever I go, I always film like, you know, trying out the pizza there, because I genuinely love that. And then I'll post like a shorts or something. So yes, I've not had pizza so far this month, but I'm going to have one basically every month for now, and not more than that. And that might seem like still a lot to some people, but it's better than having multiple in a month, which I was doing earlier. So this is my way to control and limit myself. I'm also going to like avoid burgers, fries for the most part. Again, I have had some meals you know, that have cheese, or maybe like nachos for example, but I try to stay as clean and healthy as possible for the most part. At the same time, it's like one of those situations ki matlab, if you're going out basically either with like office people or friends or something like that, I can't say ki nahi main to sirf salad hi mangaungi yahan pe. Like, that's not possible. So and that's also not sustainable. So that is something that मतलब होता है occasionally. मैं उसको justify नहीं कर रही हूँ, but मैं ये बोल रही हूँ कि मैं खुद से avoid करती हूँ कि मैं junk ना खाऊँ. But अगर मैं वो situation में हूँ तो I can't do anything about it. But हाँ, मैं जानबूझ के you know, cheat नहीं करती हूँ for the most part when it comes to food. So I think I basically told you everything about food. Acha, okay, one more thing. It's more tied into working out than food. So let's come to the workout portion. Now, when I initially started this, like even the last time that I filmed, I was planning to work out maybe 4 days outdoors, like running, jogging, cardio, and then 2 days would be at home. That is, I think, फर्स्ट वीक में तो वही किया था. But then in the second week, I was kind of reevaluating that the days that I was home working out were not as productive as me going out running. So since then, since I realized that, I've made a switch, and now I'm doing 6 days running and 1 day is a rest day. So that usually depends on sometimes the situation, sometimes how much time I have, and I usually try to go in the mornings, most days before work, but over the weekend it's in the evenings. So Saturdays and Sundays I usually go in the evening for a run, and like I said, I have 1 rest day. Now personally, so far I have I'm trying to jog more, run more, obviously, and versus walking. It's kind of one of those things ki I try to do my best, I give my best as much as possible, and I'm obviously tracking all of that. I'm not going to share like every single day how much I'm doing, but that is a synopsis of it. And yeah, it's been working really well for me. I'm really enjoying it, and I've already started seeing some results, I would say. Like my hands, I feel more toned. My mom noticed that, oh, I can already see the results on you, like you're looking smaller than usual. Yeah, I don't know if that's the best way to put it, but you get what I'm trying to say. So I have not weighed myself yet. In the last clip I told you that I was around 72 kgs, 72 73 kgs, and this month I've not weighed myself. I was tempted to last week, and even now I'm tempted to, like whenever I get motivated and I see the results, I'm like, oh, I want to weigh myself. And I've not done that yet because I want to wait for the 1 month point. So basically after every 30-31 days I'll weigh myself, and that's how I'm going to track the entire the entire process basically, and see how my weight is reducing. And definitely I'm going to also, when I check my weight, I'm also going to put on the pair of pants that I want to eventually fit in, and see how close I am to reach that goal basically. So yes, that is that so far. I think I've covered everything. I think there was one thing that I was missing, but I can't remember. Yes, the one thing that I want to say, and this is kind of the motivating quote that I'm going to leave you with towards the end, is that this week particularly, like it's been 2 weeks, this is the 3rd week. This week, today is Wednesday by the way, for context. So today is my 2nd day this week that I've gone running, and I've felt a little bit lower than usual in terms of my energy, and I'm attributing that to being in my, like in your entire ovulation cycle basically, like when you're close to your period. I'm like nearing towards that week basically. I'm very close to being to getting my period, and like I said earlier, when I'm active and when I'm working out, I get my period in time, and that's what I'm attributing my mood swings to, my motivation to. Not motivation per se, but like my energy and like my body is a little bit weaker than usual, I would say, because I don't have the energy so much, and I think it's got to do with hormones, it's got to do with mood, a lot of things. And it can be difficult to say that, oh, my body is not supporting me, so I'm not going to do it. But every single day I wake up and I tell myself that no, even if you don't run, even if you're just going doing 3 rounds, which is what I usually do, whether it is a mix of walking, running, whatever, jogging, you have to complete those 3 rounds regardless of anything else. Even if you're not able to run too much, just walk 3 rounds and come back, it's fine, but you will not skip a single day. So I think the consistency is what is important. And of course there will be certain bad days when you're not able to run as much or jog as much, and you'll just walk. That's fine, but don't skip a single day, because the minute you skip a day, it really breaks your rhythm completely. So that is one thing. If you are trying to lose weight, whatever you're doing, you're going to the gym, you're going for like classes, you're doing at home workouts, you're going running, whatever you do, just don't skip a certain day. And this is something other people used to tell me, and I used to still sometimes make excuses and skip a day. But now I'm very particular about not skipping a single day. Even if my body doesn't feel like it, even if I'm not able to get out of bed, I'll be slightly late, but I still go. I make it a point to go. And yes, one more thing, you might think that when you adopt something new like this into your life, you don't change any other factors. Like, I don't take protein, I don't eat a specific diet, there's nothing different I'm doing, I'm not taking any supplements or anything, but something that is very basic, very simple, that really helps. And this is probably specific to running, I think, maybe even gym, but again, for gym I don't know, because I've never gone to a gym, so I cannot say. But for running specifically, or cardio in general, if you're doing intense cardio, have some sort of like a glucose, ORS, Glucon-D, something, I just have normal orange wala Glucon-D. I take 2 spoons of it in 1 glass of water. 1 glass is around 200 to 250 ml, and I consume that before I go for my run, because I was noticing for a couple of days that in my second round, like I said, I do 3 rounds. In my second round, I'm getting really drained out, and I'm not able to complete my third round, and I've given up on certain days. I've just done 2 rounds and I've come home, and I discussed it with people I take advice from in terms of these things, and they were like, you should consume some sort of glucose, Glucon-D, ORS, something, because you're getting dehydrated, like you're sweating so much and you're getting dehydrated, which is why your body is not able to do the third round. And since I've started taking Glucon-D every single day, like the 2 spoons, like I said before going, I'm able to do 3 rounds, even if I'm not able to run all 3 rounds. And by the way, I'm not running full rounds either. I'm doing like half, like half walking, half running. I'm trying to push myself to run more and walk less, but that's something that's going to take time again. So I'm trying to do my best, but I'm trying to complete the 3 rounds, and that's like a personal goal. Again, that might not apply to everyone, but yes, that is that. Okay, I really have to go now because I'm going to be late for work, but I'm going to end this video with my weight after a month. So like the before, when I started, what my weight was, and then at the 1 month mark, I'm going to weigh myself and I'm going to insert that next. So yes, I'm also going to film probably another update in another 1 or 2 weeks, and that will be for month 2. So stay tuned. Leave your thoughts down below. And again, I just want to preface this by saying that I am not an expert. In fact, I am very much of a beginner myself, and I'm learning and going as things go. So basically, yes, if you have any feedback, if you have any tips, please share them with me. But again, if anything that I am saying, if you disagree with, then don't follow it. It's completely fine. I'm just sharing my journey with you. I'm not sharing any sort of medical advice, health advice. I'm not a nutritionist. I know nothing about this. I'm learning with my personal experiences as we go. So please keep that in mind. Okay, gotta go now. Bye.